Thanks for joining in, guys, for this series. We're going to talk about floating stock today. All right, floating stock. Well, guys, think about floating stock as the number of shares that are available for trading for that particular company. Now, that may not sound important to you, but it's very important. Think about this. Let's say you were selling something. Let's say you had 8 in your possession, and there was the last 8 in the world. And there's a lot of demand for what you had. If there's only 8, and let's say demand is 800, what do you think the stock price is, or the price is going to do for the item that you have in your hand, your possession? Since you have 800 people looking for something and there's only 8 available, that is going to appreciate in price because you can move it up, move your price up, and the person who don't want to buy it will just get out of the way, but you got another 800 people looking to buy it. So that's called availability, supply and demand. Likewise, if you had 8,000 or 800 of those items and only 8 buyers, what do you think is going to happen? The price is going to go down because you're going to have to find a buyer. Well, think of stocks the same way. Think of stocks the same way. If there's a very little supply of it, and just being honest, the stock could go up or down, depends on demand. But if there's a little, if the supply is very small, that price of that asset can be very volatile. Okay, it can be very volatile. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about what exactly it is. Well, it's just a number of shares available for the general public. Okay. It's a number of shares available. And I talk about this and mainly with my mentees and my mentorship program, but I thought it was important enough to bring it here for everyone. And we go into much more detail on how this is, derived and all that good stuff. But for this purpose, I want to just talk about an example here that I have with the GE stock. Let's say there was 8.71 billion shares outstanding, which means available, just total for the whole entire corporation. 0.16 were held by insiders or people inside of the company. 58.64% are held by large institutions, which are the big institutional investors that are out there. That means you have a float of 3.59. What did we get that number from? 8.71, which is the total available minus what is being held by the institutional investors. Well, the public gets the rest of those stocks, okay? The 3.59 billion. That's what you see on the stock market when you're out there trading on a regular basis. You are in the public domain. You see what's available for the public. So that is the float for the stock. So if you ever see or hear that term, I want you to know exactly what that is. Thank you. We go into much more detail in the mentorship program regarding this particular topic. But thank you for joining in on this session, and I look to hear from you again. Thank you.